This one's.
You want to restart this?
What's happening, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Red Duck Outdoors and Really Rescued Fishing.
Yes, sir.
We got the main man Brandon here. My name's Aaron, and this is our second podcast. Our first one we were talking about some of the new products that were released at ICAST this year, and today we're actually going to be talking about products that were released way back in the day, way back yonder.
Back in the day, yeah.
Yeah.
Old baits that just still smash.
Yes. Vintage baits are cool. I was blessed with like a whole truckload of old school baits from this old school angler.
Yeah.
I mean, literally I filled up my truck full of baits from this guy's shop, and it's awesome. I have a few stuff here that we're going to talk about. Some of the bags are literally probably 3 decades old.
That's okay.
And these baits still catch fish.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So anyway, Brandon, take it away. What do you got for us today?
So I'm gonna start it off. I only have a couple. I don't know how many baits you got. You got quite a bit over there, but I only picked a few. I'm gonna start mine off with a Zoom ribbon-tail worm. The old school. I have a ribbon-tail worm here. It's not the Zoom ones. It's a Berkeley, but the old school ribbon-tail worm came out in 1977. The thing just gets bit. Throw it on a wacky rig, throw it on a shaky head, throw it on a jig. It just gets bit. I love to fish them any color, brown, green pumpkin, black, dude. I love to fish them, and they just smash. I don't know how you can elaborate on a worm, but they're just awesome.
You know, I've got a lot of worms here in my lap. The one thing like with the ribbon-tail worm that I found, I don't have as much luck here at the lake with a ribbon-tail as I do over at the river.
Oh, dude, I get 8 on them. I get 8 up on them.
I have more luck fishing a ribbon-tail around grass and like weeds and stuff more than anything else. But I do like a ribbon-tail on occasion. I mean, that's one of the baits this year that I've actually started to throw a little bit more. I do like them a lot.
Yeah.
Very cool.
They are great. You want to start off with your first one?
My first one, very similar.
We could probably go through a couple of them.
Well, yeah, so these ones here are actually the same bait, just different colors.
Power worms too. Yes,
the old school Berkeley power worms. Old school packaging. These things are killer. I don't even know what color this is. It's like a motor oil. I don't want to open this pack yet, but it's like a motor oil with blue flake.
Let me see. Is it not even opened yet?
This one's not even opened yet.
Let me see it.
That's one of their old bulk packs.
Dude, I love that color too.
It's wild, man. I love that thing so much. This one, I don't mind opening this one.
Awesome.
I have probably 15 packs of these ones, and it's just like a blood red kind of color, but this thing crushes out here. I like to throw this either on a Ned rig, a very lightly weighted Texas rig, or a shaky head. Worms just catch fish.
Yeah, there's nothing special about them, dude.
But I mean,
they're great.
This packaging is very old. This is their old school packaging, but I've taken these out to some of the most pressured bodies of water here in the state, being Bill Evans and Lake Roberts, and crushing the largemouth on these. Mm-hmm. They work. Absolutely work. I love them. I love a trick worm. I love like a tapered tail worm, and these ones. I'm so glad that when I got all these boxes, like I have so many of these, and it's definitely one of my confidence baits. They're the best.
Yeah.
For as old as they are, they're awesome.
Yeah.
They're awesome. I'm gonna be throwing these today for sure once we hit the water.
I might throw a couple of mine. I have 1 or 2 that I might throw today.
Yeah. What's your next one?
So my next one is one that I probably have the most confidence in out of all of these baits before me. And that is the old school, well, this one's not old because the company went through some changes, but so the Wiggle Wart. Made by Rapala, or technically Storm, but owned, let me restart. Technically made by Storm, but they're owned by Rapala. They're a great bait. They crank in the rocks. It's a wide bait, so it wiggles real wide, rocks really hard, makes a hard action, has a heavy, I don't know if you can hear that knock. But during the fall, when it's starting to get colder, that water is receding back down in temperature. This thing just gets crushed. Like it gets I'd burn it through rocks, heavy rock, let it like dig in the bottom, and it just gets crushed.
Yeah.
I catch so many fish on this, and I have. As a matter of fact, I think these are my third set of hooks on this one. And I think a different split rig, but they just get 8.
The Wigglewort is definitely one of my favorite crankbaits. I mean, I have so many now, but it's definitely one that I love to keep in my tackle box, just for the sake of nostalgia.
Yeah.
I remember like being a kid and like my first crankbait, Wigglewort. This is go-to.
That's
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah, it's cool. I have a white one here. They make so many different
the
colors.
colorways on them are crazy.
They're insane.
Rapala, they have great colors now.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think this one has a broken hook on it too.
There you go.
Dude, I catch so many fish on them.
There you go. Normally when I get those, I like them in Fire Tiger, just because there's not a lot of companies that make a really good Fire Tiger crankbait.
Mega bass.
Yeah, but I don't like spending $20 on a crankbait. You know what I'm saying? Why spend $20 when you could buy one for, $6-7 and it's just as good?
Yeah. All right, dude. You can pick yours. What's your next one?
My next one is even older, but it's also from Berkeley Power Bait Company. This bag is delaminating as we are speaking. I cracked these open not too long ago and was fishing with these in the river and crushing fish as always. And I don't know if it's the age or their color combinations from back in the day, but it's like a brown with like a green tint to it.
Dude, throw me that lure.
This thing is
that like motor oil?
It's kind of like motor oil.
Because it looks green, then it looks brown.
It has like that. It's like a color shifting effect to it. It is really cool.
You might not get this one back.
You can have that one. I have a whole bag here. But this bag, you can see it is literally falling apart.
It almost looks like, what are those? Before they become a butterfly, they're
a cocoon?
No. In the cocoon.
Oh, a caterpillar?
They look like a caterpillar.
They're similar to a caterpillar.
They look like a caterpillar, dude.
But
That's cool.
It is a great wacky rig bait. Just like I have.
It says something on the bottom. Power noodle.
The power noodle. See, yeah. There's not even a name on this package. But yeah, just old school worms like these, and then I have some of these.
You can't call this a worm. You gotta call this a caterpillar.
It's a noodle.
It's the noodle.
And then we got, of course, some mini Senkos. Oh, I have a bunch of these old school Yamamotos. These are like a 3-inch Senko. I like to throw these on either a Ned rig or a little wacky.
TRD before TRD?
Except for it's not like stretchy like the TRD. But yeah, these things are sick. I love these little guys. Yeah.
That's cool.
Old Senkos. And this is a sample pack from God knows when, from the Pro Series. If you guys know any more about this packaging, I would love to know. But yeah, this thing is sick. Absolutely sick.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with a worm. I mean, like, that's why big companies are still making worms today, because brands like this really they perfected it back then, and people are still fishing with them today.
They still catch fish too.
Yeah.
Like you think something that old wouldn't be catching fish anymore, but it'll probably be catching fish when we're grandpas. Dude.
I have enough of these that I'll probably still have enough by the time I'm a grandpa.
Yeah. All right, I'll start my next one. This is my last one. I only picked a few.
All right, I got one more after this too. Well, I guess 2 more, but they're from the same company.
So this is a head-on spook. The head-on spook was the original spook. The name spook actually came from the fact that these were originally made out of wood, and if they had the name spook, they would be called the plastic ones. So people didn't like the original spook because they were plastic and they preferred the wooden ones.
Right.
But the spook is really cool. I catch fish all the time on a spook.
You've been crushing it with those ones, dude.
Oh yeah,
lately.
Just walking a spook back and forth, walking a walking bait back and forth. This is the original walking bait. Gets hammered, gets smashed. Top water. I had to put a top water in here. I love top water. It's my favorite bite, dude. Hands down, it's my favorite bite.
There's nothing better.
But the Zara spook, the head and spook, is probably my favorite on this list. I don't know. The Wigglewort probably my most confident bait, but this one's probably my favorite maybe. Big hooks, throw braided line off of it, walk it back and forth. The thing just gets ate. So.
That is such a good bait, dude. You're probably not gonna get that one back. It's funny because I was looking at some old school walking baits. There's a company here in New Mexico. I think it's the Lunar Bait Co. They sent us some baits not too long ago.
Did they?
That really fancy looking bass crankbait that you have.
Oh yes, I have it in my truck right now.
Yeah, so they make spooks like this out of basswood.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, they still make wood ones, and I love it. I think mine's on the kayak, because I love the wood ones. I like the plastic ones too, but there's just something about throwing like a handcrafted lure. It just makes you
just. I gotta get up and see if that guy has any more spooks. I want to try a wooden one.
He just made a bunch of like 6-inch crankbaits, dude.
Really, dude?
Massive.
That's crazy.
Massive. But anyway, oh yeah, it's my turn. I have right here a company called Zipper. This is also inside of my
I think this is gonna be a short podcast.
It's a very short podcast. I mean, we're just shooting the breeze before we hit the water.
Yeah.
But this old school company, I think these ones were from the 90s, which it doesn't seem like it's that long ago, but it was like 30 years ago when these ones came out.
That's cool. What's the brand name?
Zipper.
Zipper?
Yeah. It's the name of the company, Zipper. And this is the Zip Zit, which is kind of like, it looks kind of like a little squid almost.
It looks like a tube, but it doesn't.
Kind of like a tube without the tube.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a solid body tube.
Yeah.
And then a lot of their stuff has like really weird looking appendages like this.
Those help, dude. Those appendages help.
They definitely help move water. And then we've got here, I don't know what this one's called. Spider craw. Which is...
Oh, dude, those things get hammered.
Out here, these things are amazing. I like to rig them so that these appendages are in line so that you pull it this way. But these things get crushed out here.
Gary Yamamoto makes those. It's got like a skirt on one side, and then you put the jig head in that skirt, and then it has a craw on the inside. So it looks like a soft plastic complete jig, and you just put a
yeah, you could just fish these on a regular ball head jig on a Ned rig or something.
Gary Yamamoto makes something similar to that, and those things get ate up.
I'm pretty sure the Yamamotos are the original version of this style of bait. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
But these ones, it's just a super dope bait from back in the day that I love. I'm going to be throwing these today for sure. Just because they're weird. You know, I just love throwing weird stuff that nobody out here is going to be throwing. As old as these baits are, a lot of people that I've talked to, they'd have never even heard of these things. I've been keeping these ones in my truck just because I use them.
Throwing them at the river and stuff?
Yeah, throwing them at the river, and people are, hey, what's that you're throwing? And it's like, nah, man, listen.
You ain't going to find these.
You're not going to find these anywhere.
I didn't even find these.
You might be able to look online and find some somewhere. I haven't even looked online for these just because I have a bunch of, like I said, truckload of baits dropped off at the house. But these are dope. You want these ones? I'll give you these ones too.
Right, I'll fish them.
Try them out, see what happens. And then,
I love jigs, and having something like this is pretty cool. I've been meaning to buy some of those Gary Yamamoto ones.
Yeah.
And just jig those around.
And it's cool, man. I mean, and it's just a slightly different presentation from a normal jig.
Yeah.
It's different enough that it might be able to trick some of these more pressured fish or some of these fish that are a little bit more wise. But yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing about fishing is that it's almost like a rotation, especially out here. Like some years, certain baits work really, really, really well.
It has to do with pressure a lot of times too.
Yeah.
Fish become wise to certain baits, and it has a lot to do with pressure.
Yeah, so like I remember there was one year we were catching a bunch on chatterbaits, and then after that, chatterbait really hasn't been the move.
It crashed and burned quick.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy cow. And then it's starting to come back. Cranking is going to come back.
Yeah.
As a dominant move.
I think, especially with the way that the lake has been fluctuating just in water levels, that this next year power fishing is going to be hot and heavy.
It was hot and heavy this year too, but
yeah,
it wasn't
but like
cranking power fishing.
I think,
it was like jigs and stuff.
I think even more so this next year, just like that year when we were catching all those stripers and stuff a few years back.
Mm-hmm.
I think this next year is going to be just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
You
my
gotta
own.
get through the winter first, okay?
Yeah, but that's just my my gut telling me, you know, it's like just looking at the history of the lake and
We've been doing this for like a decade, dude. So yeah.
almost, yeah.
Yeah, I've been kayak fishing since 2017.
Yeah.
It's literally been like 8 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, dude.
But anyway, let us know what you guys think about our choices for our top vintage baits, and let me know what you guys think are your favorites. I'd like to check those out too.
Down in the comments. Down in the comments.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. With that, we've got our kayaks rigged up, ready to rock and roll.
I want to go fishing.
Yeah, we've got fish to catch.
Some fish. So I want to put some hooks and some lips and go catch some fish. Okay.
Yeah. So if we have any luck, which I'm sure we will, we'll put that here at the end of the podcast. But until then, I will catch y'all later. All right. We had a little bit of an incident. I forgot my paddles, and I went to hop out of my kayak, and it was a little deeper than I thought it was, and I dumped my battery box into the water. So no trolling motor for today. It'll be all right. And then this camera needs to be repaired as well, so it's all right. We'll just rock with this one for now. You know, it's pretty cool how light my kayak is without a battery and a trolling motor on it.
Dude, let's go, 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 go. Out of the way.
Oh, immediately. As soon as it hit the water. It's got to be a white.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. That is doubled up, dude. A largemouth and a white bass. Dude, that is crazy. Dude, that is so cool. I've doubled up several times before this year, but never two species. Largemouth and a white. That is wild.
It's a little largy.
Yeah. That was insane. Yeah. Got it. White bass. Largie or white?
White. Yeah, he's fighting so hard.
That's a good white, dude. Wow.